Hola, buenos días.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
This is Barb.
And this is Estella.
And welcome to
Cafecito.
And Crime. Hope that everyone is having a wonderful day. How are you doing today, sister?
I am doing okay. How are you doing?
Same. Just okay. That's it.
I mean,
could be better, could be worse.
Ya que.
Ya que chingaos, you know? Ya que pinches.
Ya que
I wish I was at the pool right now.
Yep.
Not my son's pool.
Where he takes classes.
Where he takes his swimming classes. They closed it down till next week because there was a contamination that was going to take a whole...
The rest of the week.
The rest of the week
to clean.
Monday to clean.
So, I wonder what happened.
I don't know. My husband said vomit. My sister said shit. I don't know.
Pee?
I say blood.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think pee.
Maybe it was all of
In that case, they would close down all the places.
What if it's all of the above?
It could be. What if it was more than one thing?
That could contaminate it. Maybe somebody dropped a drink in there or something, you know?
I don't know. But it's a pretty big pool.
Yeah.
It's like really big. And then
it's like a rec center?
Yes, a rec center. And then they have like a kiddie pool. And then they have like, this pool is huge. And then they have like some slides too. So for them to close everything, that must have been like a big thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I wish I was in the pool right now. Because it is hot outside.
Yeah.
And I only went outside to just check the mail.
Yeah. You're like, that's enough.
That's enough. Because it was hot. So where are we going today, sister?
For today's case, we are going to Deerfield, Illinois.
Deerfield, Illinois. Why does that sound familiar?
That's where Chicago is.
No shit. No shit. Shout out to our follower that sent us a message, an email. Oh my God, you are the sweetest person ever. Thank you so much for your support. I was telling Stella I could not stop reading your email over and over because it makes me so it makes us so happy to hear that you guys enjoy what we do. And I know somebody enjoys it, you know, hopefully. But it's nice to hear it. And we appreciate you. You know who you are. Thank you so much. And so let's go to Illinois. So if you'd like to come with us to
Deerfield.
Oh, I was going to say Deer Park. To Deerfield, Illinois. Go ahead and grab your cafecitos.
And let's get started. So I have several fun, random, interesting facts.
Several meaning more than one, or several meaning like 10?
Like 2, but then one and one of the 2.
Makes no sense.
No. But it's going to make sense now.
Go ahead.
So the first is that Deerfield is known as one of the wealthiest and highest earning places in the state.
Cool.
And the entire Midwest.
Wow. Those people are rich.
Ya tienen dinero.
Wow. So
It's a suburb.
Ya, pero ¿qué hacen ahí o qué chingos?
Ahí vive gente con dinero.
Sí, güey, pero like, why do they have money? Just cause?
I don't know. I mean, why do the people that live in fucking Post Oak do?
Well, maybe because they're in Houston and they work in the oil field or whatever it is. They just have money. But that's what I'm saying. Like over there, like, is there something in the area or is it like a farming area? You know, that's what I meant.
No.
They just have money.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Can't relate.
The other fun, random, interesting fact is that the village, because it was a village primero, así empieza todo. A township.
A township? Mm-hmm.
Pero primero era, how do you say village in Spanish?
Rancho?
Un pueblo?
Un rancho, un pueblo?
No, like a proper, like the, not the slang.
Oh, pues pueblo, pues.
Es un pueblo, ¿verdad?
Yeah, I think. Let me look it up.
Okay. So the village was incorporated in 1903 and was named Deerfield for 2 reasons. Okay. Number 1 is that there actually was a large population of deer in the area. Mm-hmm.
I mean...
How can you not?
I mean, no. Village is aldea.
See, we don't know proper Spanish.
I'm fucked. No, and it's el pueblo.
Oh, el pueblo.
Yeah, so we said it right.
Okay.
El poblado.
El pueblo. Okay. Yeah.
Pero aldea is like the proper
word for village.
So, pero también se puede decir pueblo. I said rancho, so that's even worse.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think that's just a ranch.
Yeah.
Like land.
Land, yeah.
Yeah. So like I said,
había deers.
Había
a
deers.
Lo vergo.
Hacia lo vergo back in the 1900s. Porque ahorita pues no creo, ¿verdad?
A lo mejor sí hay. No a lo vergo. Ya se los comieron.
Sí. And then the second, I think it actually just worked it was a coincidence que se había deer because it was also named after its existing town, Deerfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
So un settler de allá. They named it after un settler de allá.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's why it's interesting, random, interesting facts.
Fun random.
Oh, my bad. Fun, random.
I hope this was fun and random and interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, it was very fun, random, and interesting.
I think this is the first town name or village name where the name of the town is actually because there was deer in the field.
Yeah, like you remember when there was one that it was called like apple something and they didn't even have apples or something stupid? Like, what the fuck? No, yeah, because most of them, cuando you look up like the random interesting fact or fun or whatever, or facts in general, siempre te dicen, oh, you know, the name or whatever. It's always the name of it. But this one's actually...
Or when it was incorporated.
Yeah.
Y vivía como 20 people.
Yeah.
Tenían, you know, some settlers came.
Había a church.
And then agriculture.
Yeah. So we have to I always try to skip those because we're like, shit, I mean, that's not fun and pero most of the time, like...
I mean, it depends what you consider fun, random, interesting.
True. That's true. But let's go on with the story then.
Let's go. So we'll begin on October 4th, 2007.
Okay.
At almost 8 in the morning in Deerfield, Illinois, which is an affluent suburb north of Chicago, neighbors in an apartment complex heard screams, loud banging sounds, and a crash. One specific elderly neighbor decided to call her pregnant upstairs neighbor, Rhoni Reuter, who lived upstairs, to check up on her.
I had no idea. Si no me dices, no sabía que she lived upstairs. Yo pensé que she lived downstairs.
Or maybe al lado.
Al lado.
Sí. Now, Rhoni didn't answer. So the neighbor decided to call the police and report what she had heard. When police and paramedics arrived on the scene, they found 41-year-old Rhoni lying face down on the kitchen floor, dead. After performing life-saving measures, paramedics were unsuccessful in reviving her. And at the time, she was about 7 months pregnant.
Damn. So the baby is dead too now?
Mm-hmm. Rhoni had been shot several times. 2 bullets to her arms, 2 to her abdomen, and 1 to the back of the head, which the pathologist later confirmed as her cause of death. The pathologist also confirmed that the shots to her arms were defensive wounds as Rhoni tried to shield her unborn baby from the shots.
Pobrecita.
Yeah. Along with spent shell casings found at the scene, which belonged to a 9mm Beretta semi-automatic handgun, investigators also found 5 unspent casings. As investigators looked around the apartment, they noticed that there was no forced entry and nothing seemed to be out of place. So who could have done this to a pregnant woman?
Yeah.
So Rhoni Rain, I think that's how you say it, Reuter, was born on September 6, 1965 in the small town of Dubuque, Iowa. It's Dubuque. Dubuque?
Dubuque? Dubuque?
Dubuque?
Yeah.
Yeah. To parents, Doug and Londa Reuter. She had 2 other siblings, brothers, Thad and Wade Reuter. So everyone loved Rhoni. She got along great with everyone. Not only did she have a great relationship with her brothers, whom she talked to every night, but also with their wives, so her sister-in-laws, Anna and Lori. She was described as selfless and caring. She'd do anything for anyone, and she was someone you wanted to be like. She was warm and inviting and truly had no enemies. No one could think of who would want to do this to her. At this point, Deerfield hadn't had a murder in a very long time. I think they said like 3 decades. And so detectives Vince Nichols and Juan Mazariegos of the Deerfield Police Department, who took on the case, knew that this was one that they had to solve. After speaking with neighbors, detectives learned that some of them saw a person at approximately 7:50 in the morning walking up the apartment staircase wearing a wig.
Oh, wow.
Dark, baggy clothes and face paint.
Okay.
Shortly afterward, they heard the scream, loud banging sounds, and the crash. Only one neighbor said that they saw a thin African-American teenage boy running across the parking lot, possibly wearing a wig and driving a small black car.
Mm-hmm. So somebody was able to see maybe what they looked like. Okay.
Yes. While the search of Rhoni's apartments continued, police found something interesting in her purse. It was a typed letter that essentially talked about Shaun sleeping with other women.
Okay.
For years.
Typed letter.
A typed letter.
07.
Yes.
We still had typewriters?
A computer?
Oh. Pero printer and shit? Yeah, 07. Yeah, okay.
Bitch.
What the fuck am I thinking?
Yeah, what did you do in school? In high school.
We had computers, but they were huge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same.
But you wouldn't print because printing was expensive.
For us?
Yeah, for us. Because we couldn't print shit. Like, if you were to print, you'd be in trouble.
No, you were printing work.
Yeah, work.
Yeah, but at the library at school.
Yeah,
or the public library.
Yeah, true.
The public library.
Yeah.
Like 10 cents a page or something. Naturally, the first person detectives wanted to speak to was Shaun Gayle, Rhoni's boyfriend of 17 years.
Oh, shit. Okay.
At the time they met and began dating, which was in 1990, that's when they met at a charity event. Shaun played football for the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
And was part of the 1985 team that won the Super Bowl.
So, I mean, I guess she didn't plan on getting married.
He was described as smart, charming, and very popular. As far as Rhoni's family knew, she and Shaun were always in constant communication with each other and spent most of their time together, despite their hectic schedules. At one point, Rhoni even worked 2 jobs. Her main job was in the food industry, but due to her love of fashion, she also began to work at Macy's part-time. Mm-hmm. Now, to everyone's surprise, in March 2007, Rhoni became pregnant. And she was just over the moon excited about it. She couldn't wait to be a mom, and she was glowing according to her family.
Well, the thing is, you've been with this guy for 17 years. There's no, like, I'm guessing, I don't know them personally, pero que no había como una opción de que se fueran a casar. So then she's like, now I'm 41. And I won't have a baby, you know? She's probably like, I'm excited to have this baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, finally I get...
Well, maybe they wanted to wait.
Maybe. But I'm just saying, based on what I'm listening, it sounds like she's happy.
Yeah, she's
like,
happy to have a baby.
I was ready. Yeah.
Yes. Now, to people, Rhoni and Shaun had an unconventional relationship, like you were just saying. Rhoni wanted to get married and start a family. And despite being with Shaun for almost 20 years, they never got married or even lived together.
The fuck?
So why did she continue to stay in a relationship with a man who didn't seem to want the same things she did?
Side story, my coworker that I worked with for 5 years, she has a man that she was married, she got a divorce, she had her children and everything, but she got with the guy. This guy, she's been with him, well, not a guy, it's a man, 30 years.
Yeah.
And they don't live together.
Yeah.
And when I ask her, she's like, that's my boyfriend. And I'm like, no. She's like, yeah, they don't live together. They haven't gotten married 30 plus years.
So they can't even say they're common law marriage.
No. Mm-hmm.
Aren't they engaged?
According to him, but not her.
Didn't he give her a ring?
No. Mm-mm.
He just told her, do you want to marry me? And she said, yeah.
She said, yeah, I guess.
But then, yeah, I mean.
But then literally.
Some people have their preferences.
And she's like, I'm fine. And they fight and she goes to her house and he goes in his house. And sometimes they'll spend the night and they have a trailer together and they'll go out of town and everything.
Like an RV?
Like an RV. They go and they have their time together y todo, pero they go back to their own houses.
That sounds like a dream.
I'm like, hey.
Whatever works.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
So 17 years compared to the 30 plus years that they've been together?
Yeah. But this was, I guess, her... Like you said, your coworker had already gotten married and then...
Yeah. But this girl, she's been like waiting. I'm guessing waiting. I don't know.
Well, I guess since she was 20, because she's 41 in her early 20s.
Yeah.
So according to one of her sister-in-laws, when she asked Rhoni why she continued to be in a relationship with Shaun, despite them wanting different things, it appeared...
apparently everybody could see what she didn't want to see, you know?
Yeah, so apparently Rhoni told her that she loved him very much.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
and after a while, you can't just let go 17 years, nada más así como así. You know, now you're used to this person, you know, it's kind of like, what do I do? Like, we're going to break up? Like, no, this is who I want to be with for the rest of my life.
Now, another thing that was strange to Rhoni's family was that Shaun, they rarely saw him. He hardly spent any time with them.
Okay.
When she explained as to why that reason was or why he was never around, according to her, it was because he was a private person and didn't want people all up in his space, essentially.
Okay. Red flags. Have you seen that TikTok guy? Que cada vez que he's like red flags in a relationship that you don't want to see. And then he's like, shows a video of something going on and something happens or the guy says something. And he's like in a field with this big ass red flag and he's like running across.
Like waving it?
Like waving it, like just running like this. Red flags, red flag. And that's exactly what it is. Red flag.
But before detectives were able to contact Shaun, to their surprise, he reached out first, just hours after Rhoni's murder. He initially seemed confused as to what had happened and didn't know that Rhoni was now dead.
Oh, shit.
In the call, he stated to detectives that he had been getting calls from the media, from reporters, informing him that he was being named as a suspect at a crime at that location. So he was like, hey, is Rhoni okay? That he was on his way to her apartment, and he was told that it did involve her and that she was not okay, and that not to head to her apartment, to head to the Deerfield Police Department instead. Mm-hmm. And then I think at that moment it like clicked to him that something bad had happened to her or that she was dead.
And the baby.
Yeah, both of them was. And he began to sob on the phone. And he really, like, you can listen to the call, of course. He sounded genuinely distraught. But, sometimes that doesn't mean anything, as, we've come to know. Mm-hmm. When detectives were able to sit down with Shaun, he was still very emotional. He was asked where he was at the time of the shooting, to which he stated that he was on his way to see his physical therapist in North Chicago. When he realized that it was too early for his appointment, or that he was heading out too early, he decided to go get a haircut.
Okay.
Now, if you recall, Deerfield is north of the city. So he wasn't far from Rhoni's apartment or Rhoni's place. So when detectives verified his alibi, it checked out. But they didn't stop there. They even went as far as getting the surveillance footage from, I guess, his apartment complex, where it caught him, like, actually leaving and, like, regresando.
Probably even, like, to find out if he actually went to the barbershop, right?
Right. They contacted the barbershop. I mean, so Shaun's description also didn't match the person the neighbors saw at the complex, right?
Right. Yeah. Thin, black male, young.
Teenager. Yeah, that's what they said.
In a black car.
Yes. And on top of everything, Shaun was tested for gun residue, and none was found on his person. So while Shaun was cleared as being Rhoni's killer, detectives believe that he could have still been connected to the crime. Maybe the person who had killed Rhoni could have been somebody that had been hired.
Mm-hmm. Or involved, at least.
Yes. Mm-hmm. When detectives asked Shaun who could have done this to Rhoni, he gave them a name.
Oh.
Monica Kurowska.
Okay.
A woman who he had dated the year prior. According to Shaun, he and Rhoni had an open relationship.
Okay. Was it according to Shaun and only Shaun, and she didn't know about it, or
how can
I know
exactly?
But you know how it is, because they're like, yeah, we have an open. Yeah, but was it just an open to you,
right?
Or
to both of you guys?
To both of you guys,
right?
Yeah.
So Monica, originally from Poland, was a fitness trainer who had met Shaun in 2005 at a Bears promotional event, and the two eventually began to date. At the time, she was 27 and he was 43. Mm-hmm. One night. It's because I put 9 months into the relationship. I just read 1 and 9. So one night, 9 months into the relationship, Monica was in Shaun's neck of the woods. Andaba pasando así por su apartment complex. And she decided to stop by. As she was exiting her car, I'm not sure how it was set up or something like that, pero she saw through his window que estaba con otra mujer in his apartment sitting down.
Okay.
Later, Monica stated that during their relationship, Shaun never mentioned any other woman to her and assumed that she was the only one that he was dating, that they saw each other constantly and couldn't see how there could have been someone else.
Wow.
Now, when Monica, again, saw this woman in Shaun's apartment, she was shocked and very upset, so she began knocking on the window. After she didn't get an answer, she knocked on the door. Nada, no le abrió la puerta. And she said that she wasn't trying to break the window, but sure enough, she did.
She was, okay, girl, yeah, you were.
Yeah, she said that she was just overtaken by rage because they ran upstairs, Shaun and the woman.
Okay.
When they saw that esta estaba tocando la ventana. And
that's just odd.
Why are you trying to hide?
Why are you trying to hide? Like, confront your shit, man. Yeah.
We're all grown.
Yeah,
here,
not only that, but it's an open relationship. Según él.
But that was with Rhoni.
No, I'm just saying, like, so in that case, then you should have an open relationship with everybody, no?
Yeah. But apparently
not.
No, but apparently he doesn't tell anybody else.
Apparently he's in an open relationship by himself.
Yeah.
No corras cobarde. Shit.
And she says that that was her first time ever being cheated on.
Okay.
She said she had never experienced that before. So that's why she took it really hard. So Monica waited until the other woman left the apartment.
Okay.
And confronted her in the parking lot. She asked her if she was seeing Shaun. And that the woman responded with a question of her own, asking Monica if she knew that Shaun was seeing other women.
Like, hello?
Other
You're
women.
not the other one.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
And Monica responded with a no. And she said that was the end of the relationship and that she just never saw him again. Like, that was it.
But why would Shaun say that she tried to kill Rhoni?
We'll get there. So weeks later after that happened, the multiple women in Shaun's life began to receive angry letters informing them that they weren't the only woman that he was seeing, that there were multiple others. I'm going to read some of the letter, but this is just most of the letter, but not all of it. And there's a lot of typos in this, so just, and some things might not make sense, but that's the way that the letter was typed. Quote, I think you would like to know what your boyfriend Shaun is doing with a lot of other women. He will lie to you and tell you a lot of stories and try to make everything sound like your fault, like he does to me. He gets away with it along by pretending being busy a lot of times and let women spend one night only at his house. So I want to give you the names and telephone numbers so you can see for yourself. Also, because even wearing condoms, he's giving disease to every other woman. He did it to me and I found out everything. He knows some of these women and been sleeping with them for many years, even more than 12 years. He traveled places with them all over the world, like to Florida, London, and Japan, and other places, like taking one to Mexico right now.
Okay.
So along with the names and four numbers of 16 women.
Damn, she did her research?
The letters also included copies of personal emails from Shaun and these women.
Wow.
And it also included travel plans.
Shit. She was like,
between
whoever
Shaun,
this is, I don't know, but they were like, let's not let him get away with this.
Which also included travel plans between Shaun and two women specifically that were taken 2 months apart. But you could clearly tell that these emails or this correspondence back and forth between these women and Shaun were straight out of his email, like from his email account.
So somebody was in his email taking this information. Okay.
So after reviewing one of the letters, it was apparent that there were many misspellings, as I mentioned, and it had been written in poor English. So according to Shaun, the letters were all full of lies.
Okay.
And he accused Monica of sending them.
Well, yeah, because of the broken English, and she was Polish, no? Or something?
Yeah, from Poland, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And she was upset because of what had happened. Okay. He caught her, or she caught him with another woman. He managed to get an order of protection against her, thinking that this would put a stop to all the madness. But despite it, the harassing letters and emails continued for more than a year.
Damn.
Into 2007.
Whoever that was not letting it go.
So to Shaun, Monica violated the order of protection, because the letters and emails were still coming through even after he got the order of protection. So on October 4th, 2007, Shaun filed a petition to take Monica to court, which was the same day that actually Rhoni was killed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So due to everything that had transpired after their relationship ended, it led Shaun to suspect that Monica might have been involved in Rhoni's murder, and that's why he gave investigators her name. Now, investigators believed that they had a good lead. Monica had a motive. So when Monica sat down with investigators, she stated that at the time of Rhoni's murder, she was training a client in the next town over. And her alibi was corroborated by the client. While that lead was short-lived, investigators would soon be pointed in another direction. They were receiving different tips, but they received three calls from three different callers who all gave them the same name, Marni Yang.
Marni Yang. Okay.
According to the tipsters, Marni Yang had a relationship with Shaun Gayle and was obsessed with him.
Another one.
Another one.
And another one.
Detectives learned that Marni was a 39-year-old single mother of three. She had twins, a boy and a girl, who at the time of the case were about 16, and another son who was 11. She worked multiple jobs, one of them being a real estate agent. She also promoted sales of fitness equipment and was an aspiring fitness model. According to photographer Jason Stoller, who met Marni in 2006 when he went for a photo shoot to her home, she seemed like a great parent and appeared to have a good relationship with her children. And in the time that they worked together from 2006 to 2007, he described her as a very dedicated woman. She wanted to be successful and provide for her family and was definitely putting in the work. Marni was also described as someone who had a lot of different interests and led an active life. She liked to scuba dive, skydive. She was interested in guns. And liked the police environment. Like she liked police work. So much so that she applied twice to become a police officer, but was turned down.
I wonder why.
So while her dreams of joining the police force didn't materialize, she still got a piece of it, I guess you could say, by being a very active member of the Chicago Police Department Neighborhood Watch program.
Okay. She was the Neighborhood Watch.
Yes. And she says that she just was very involved in trying to keep her children safe. So whatever she needed to do that, she was going to do it.
Makes sense.
According to Jason, remember the photographer? He first learned about Marni being connected to Shaun when she brought it up at a photo shoot. She stated that they initially had a real estate relationship and then it turned into them seeing each other. She knew that he was involved with other women and that their relationship wasn't exclusive. But Marni was also seeing other men. So it wasn't like Shaun was the only one. And it seemed like they had an agreement to keep things casual. Throughout the investigation, detectives learned that while Marni was seeing another man, she appeared to only be really interested in Shaun Gayle, despite him notifying her that in the spring of 2007, that Rhoni was pregnant with his child. Not only would friends and family later confirm that she had an unhealthy obsession with him, but she also went out of her way to show him that she was all about him, regardless of the other women in her.
She was down-ass bitch.
Yeah.
Down-ass bitch. Okay.
The definition of down-ass bitch, Marni Yang.
Yeah.
Not in a good way either.
Not in a good way.
No.
Hidden creepy.
Yes.
Creepy. Yeah.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
In the winter of 2007, remember, Rhoni passed away in October 2007. Fall. This is winter. Marni arranged a photo shoot with Jason where she showed up in a Chicago Bears outfit. The outfit consisted of tiny shorts and like a little tiny top with Chicago Bears on the front and on the butt. She told Jason that she wanted to take pictures specifically for Shaun. Now, one of the callers that I mentioned earlier who called the police and gave Marni's name is Julie Fields, a friend of Marni's. Additionally, she told police that Marni bragged about Shaun Gayle being her boyfriend and talked about him incessantly. Marni also told Julie that she had hacked into Shaun's email many times.
Oh, shit.
And would read his correspondence with other women. And at one point while reading his email, she learned that Shaun was taking Rhoni on a trip to Europe. So she called and canceled the reservations.
This hoe. Damn. She was like, not on my watch. Cancel.
To investigators, learning all this information let them know that Marni would do anything, it appeared, to get somebody out of her way. Or someone.
But that's weird that with all of this, Shaun wouldn't mention her whenever they asked him who would do something like to hurt Rhoni. You know what I mean?
Pero él ni en cuenta.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy that she was that into doing all of these things, pero he didn't even know, like, él ni le pasó eso por la mente. You
right,
know?
that you can hide that type of,
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
So detectives went to the alley behind Marni's house.
Not the alley.
And went through her trash in hopes of finding any evidence against her. In it, they did find a broken computer hard drive and bank statements. The statements showed that Marni paid for background checks on the other women that Shaun was seeing.
What? Like, she doesn't have anything better to waste her money on?
Wait, tiene dos trabajos, wait. Like, what are you doing? Where do you find the time? ¿No duermes?
Exactly, no duerme.
She has three kids.
3 kids, yeah. Crazy.
I mean, if you wanted to, you would, I guess.
If you really wanted to be that far, you could.
Yeah.
But apparently, because it's possible.
Yeah. Anything is possible.
Apparently.
If you care enough.
I guess I just don't care.
Too,
I'll be like, oh, that's a lot of money.
Detectives also learned from Shaun that the night before Rhoni's murder, Marni went over to his house to drop him off some dinner and some other stuff. They also had sexual relations.
Like, pásale, pues ya que andas aquí.
Pues sí.
Ya, que pinches.
After learning what they had learned so far about Marni, Monica was cleared of, being accused of sending the harassing letters to other women and killing Rhoni. They now had a suspect who appeared to have it in them to kill Rhoni, and so she became the primary person of interest. Shaun was also fully cleared of being involved in the murder and began to work with detectives to get any information out of Marni that would incriminate her. At one point, Shaun wore a body wire and then invited Marni over to see if she might reveal information, but she didn't.
No, she ain't stupid now.
No, during that conversation that they had, Marni sounded like a concerned friend more than anything.
Yeah.
She was just like, are you okay? Like, the police talk to you? How did that go? How do you feel? Like, what the fuck? When she was finally brought in for questioning and asked how she knew Shaun, she stated that she met him at a Bears convention in 2005. She, I believe, was working security at the convention, and somehow she and Shaun connected, and their relationship initially was business. Because remember, she was also into real estate. So they worked together on some real estate deals, which I mentioned earlier, and then things between them turned sexual. When asked where she was the night before the murder, she was honest and told them that she had spent time with Shaun, just as he has stated, but just for a couple of hours. I think from 7:30 to 9:30. After she left Shaun's later that night, she said that she was supposed to meet with a friend and co-worker, Christy Passion, at her home to work on a real estate deal, but canceled because after making a stop at her home to check on her children, her vehicle stopped working.
But you're paying for people to have background checks, but your vehicle is broken as fuck. I'm going to need you to put that money somewhere else, ma'am.
Priorities.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So detectives were able to execute a warrant for her home and her work computer. On the computer, they found that she had searched for videos and photos of Rhoni online. Not only that, but she also looked up the directions from her job to Ronnie's house.
To see how far it was, I'm guessing? Okay.
In her home, they also found several typed out letters that were never sent, addressed to Shaun, and which they were very similar to the one that was found in Ronnie's purse. Now, I'm going to read some of it. The unsent letters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says, quote, as far as the situation between you and I, you are the one who set this up. What do you expect, Shaun? Question mark. Look at the way you treat me. You have made a point of letting me know that instead of being in your life, I had better step to the side of it and stay there. You're busy taking all these other women all over the world, and you make me feel like I'm not even worth taking to dinner, let alone anything else.
She wanted something serious.
Yes, but remember, she never sent these. They also found labels for the mailed letters that were sent to the other women.
Oh, Lord. She didn't even throw away the fucking label.
The addresses on them matched the addresses that were received from the background checks.
What the fuck?
And it was clear to them that Marni was the one who had sent the anonymous letters to the women in Shaun's life.
This lady has nothing better to do?
I always... You know how sometimes you can hyperfixate on certain things, you know, like eating or a show or whatever you want. But
yeah,
obviously...
I do like cookies, but not like fucking a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know.
Obviously, people become obsessed, you know, like I understand.
Obsessed and stuff like that, and more power to you if that's how you want to live your life. But
no, but I don't think it's healthy to be obsessed with anything.
It's not. It's any obsession. That's why it's an obsession, like something that you're overdoing. Obviously, I mean, in my mind, I don't know. What the proper, you know, like protocol is or whatever. But what I'm saying is like, damn, like you are, like you said, your priorities are not straight. Like you rather be doing all of this instead of sleeping or, you know, being with your kids or whatever it is. And to get where this guy does not even know you exist, obviously.
No, I mean, obviously they're fucking. So
well, I mean, yeah, they're fucking, but I'm saying like to a point where he didn't even think about her as being a possible person that would hurt his girlfriend.
Yeah, because she never showed him any signs of, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. So, you know, and I guess with Monica, the whole breaking the window at his apartment and
I don't know,
confronting the woman after, you know, the apartment. So
I mean, this is crazy. Like this lady had how many? 16 ladies? Like imagine how much she had to pay. I want to know how much it is.
How do you see 16 people at the same time?
Bro, I don't know. That's mind-boggling to me. That really is. That's crazy.
I mean, if you can, you know, if you're dating, sure. Like I understand.
How do you keep it together to like have and be able to?
And do they all know?
Probably not.
Monica didn't know.
Probably not. And then we don't even know if Rhoni knew.
Right. We didn't know that.
We don't know if she even knew. Obviously, she had the letter in her purse. Yeah. But did she even get to read it? You know? And it's like, dude, and then not only that, keep up with, okay, who am I taking here now? Who is, like, do you have a fucking book and shit? Like, what
Do you have
the
an
fuck?
assistant?
Like, yeah, can you keep up with all of my my women that I'm dating? Like, that's hard work. That's
It
like a
is.
whole full-time fucking job.
That's what I'm saying. If you wanted to,
You could.
would.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
would.
you're right.
Let's all remember that Marni also had interest in guns.
Yeah.
And when digging in further into her background, investigators learned that Marni had access to them. In an incident that happened in 2005, Marni was detained by TSA at the Fort Lauderdale airport for trying to transport 2 handguns and 200 rounds of ammunition
Where was she going with all this shit?
without the necessary paperwork.
¿A dónde vas, pues, con
She
todo
was
eso?
going home, pues, to Chicago, from
Girl.
Florida. According to Marni, the guns belonged to her uncle, who had recently passed away.
Okay, well,
Where's the paperwork?
not only that, don't bring that shit on the airport. What makes you think you can get away with that?
You can if you have the paperwork.
Yeah, but
she
if
didn't have
you
the
don't,
paperwork.
exactly,
Yeah, like
don't
we're
bring that
hiding
shit
it
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guns were later able.
You need 200 rounds? Like, not even like 3 rounds or something, you know, if it...
I don't know how many rounds are necessary.
I mean, like, no, I'm just saying like 200?
But that's why, how many rounds are acceptable to bring with you?
I think 0?
No, but like if you have, let's say
Oh.
if you own a gun, like, I have 5 rounds. But what does 5 rounds consist of?
I don't know,
Is
but
it just,
200 sounds like a lot.
But is one round like one bullet?
It depends on the gun. So like let's say that 1 round, I believe, I don't know, but I thought that 1 round
It's
meant
like 6?
Yeah, it means like 1 round of however many rounds
of the circle.
of the circle. But what I'm saying, like 1 round meaning one time that you actually put it in the gun and then you use it.
Yes.
However many.
Is that considered? Let's say the gun takes 6 bullets. If you use all 6 bullets, that's 1 round.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, me too.
Pero 200 rounds? Let me see. Let me look it up. 10 to 17?
So divide 200 by 10. That's like 20 rounds.
Yeah. That's a lot of fucking
Ammunition.
bullets. Like, why do you need all of this? So the 9mm pistol typically holds multiple rounds in the magazine. So
I don't know what that means.
Depending on the magazine is what it holds
like,
things. Yeah, that goes like that. But it says it's ranging from 10 to 17. Some pistols, especially with those extended magazines, like a Glock, can hold more like 17 rounds, and then it just goes from there.
I'm confused. But anyway, not that matters. But
It does
it's
matter
just like a
because
lot. She
like
just had a lot.
A lot.
Pero eran de su late
No
uncle,
matter,
pues.
just think about it. No matter how many rounds, it's 200 fucking whatever it is.
Can you just use 2 rounds?
No, why do you need that? Like, if it's like we were talking about in my case last week, like, why do you need this big ass fucking automatic gun if you're just gonna scare somebody? If this is just for protection, okay, it was your uncle's, okay, bueno, pero pues you don't need all that fucking ammunition. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But anyways,
sorry we went on a rant
tangent
about that, but that was a lot.
the guns were later able to be recovered by Marni and were transported back to Chicago after she filed the necessary paperwork.
So they were her uncle's.
Según.
One
of those guns was a 9mm Beretta gun, according to Marni's ex-boyfriend, Cook County Sheriff Deputy Salvador de Vera.
Oh, so she was in the law enforcement.
Yeah, a lo mejor maybe that's why she wanted to be a police officer.
Maybe, pero le
Maybe
told
that's
her
why
twice que no.
Maybe that's why she was inspired to become a police officer.
Pero le dijeron que no 2 times. Well, maybe she has like an obsessive personality, and that's why she wants to, that she does that.
Yeah. De Vera also stated that he accompanied Marni to a shooting range where she used the Beretta 9mm and bought ammunition from the shooting range owner, Don Mastriani. Maybe that's why she needs the ammunition to go shooting at the range. You know?
Okay.
In early 2008...
Or to kill the deer?
Yeah, in Deerfield. In early 2008, Marni was brought in again to be interviewed on and off for 3 days.
Damn.
She talked a lot and had a lot to say, and she seemed confident in her answers. When asked about the murder weapon, she stated that she had a 9mm gun that had gone missing. What a coincidence.
Se la acaba de perder ayer. Pues.
Yeah. And other items in her home as well went missing at the same time, but she had never reported it.
I was about to say, where's the report?
No, she said that she didn't report it because she didn't have homeowner's insurance at the time. I don't know what one has to do with the other.
Not one thing.
Personally, I don't know. When confronted about a receipt found where she purchased 2 books on how to make a silencer at home in August 2007.
Not the book, bitch. Well,
It was a 2-book set, bitch.
Oh, she bought the set.
She bought the set.
She bought the set. But my deal is like, you know how people get caught with things on the internet? No, she got a book, bitch.
Yeah.
She's smart. She's like,
No, espérate. Wait.
And she found the receipt.
Yeah. They found the receipt.
They found the receipt.
She stated that she bought them for her child's school project.
Oh. Yeah, they needed to learn how to.
No, and then she paid expedited shipping for like next day and shit. She paid $20.
Bitch, you need to fix your car.
Yeah. And then she had to sign for the delivery, toda la cosa, right? She had to sign for it. So the purchase date on the receipt was August 3rd. And kids were still out of school for the summer then.
Yeah. So there was no project to be due.
And when they asked her, you know, she was confronted with, you're like, hey, bitch, it's summertime. She was like that, yes, it was summertime, but that she was just thinking about the project ahead of time.
Oh, she knew what it was, what the teacher
She knew
was
what
thinking.
the curriculum was going to be.
She knew the curriculum, and then she knew that the teacher iba a querer un project for that. So she's like, let me go ahead and buy the books.
Now.
The two sets.
Yeah.
Or the set of 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
She then changed her story.
Oh.
And then she said that she bought the books for a friend as a gag birthday gift.
Oh.
Along with like a dinner to somewhere, and that he was just very into that gun.
Okay, so that is like totally opposite.
From your children to your friend.
And then you actually went back and you corroborated what you were saying, that, oh, she was getting ahead of the game. And then on top of it, you know, criminals
No, she went from children and school project to friend and birthday gag gift.
Because they're into guns.
Yes.
You're an idiot.
When asked about the information that she had gathered on the women in Shaun's life, she said that her motive was that Shaun was getting closer to her children and she was being protective. She said, quote, I'm sorry, but I make it my business too that anyone who comes into contact with my children, I will check you out. I will check out everybody that is connected to you, and when I'm done, I will check out your mother and her 2 sisters too.
Oh shit.
How do you know my mom has 2 sisters? She has more than 2 sisters, actually, but
she has like 17, but that's near there. Near here or there.
Neither here nor there.
I don't know. But como quiera. What the fuck are you talking about? This lady's crazy.
I'm telling you, habla mucho.
Yeah.
Pero
she reminds me of me, but I wouldn't kill somebody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, at the time of the murder, she said that she had been at home due to car trouble.
Oh, sí. Sí. Remember que she should have used those $20 for gas. Shit. The fuck?
And cell towers pinged her near her home that morning. And detectives also interviewed her oldest children, remember the twins, to corroborate her alibi. So the son stated that he had stayed home that day from school because he wasn't feeling well, and that his mom was home, he said. But when they asked the sister, she stated that her mom had asked her brother to lie for her.
Oh, okay.
So the boy again was talked to one more time, and it was then that he said that he was done lying for his mom. And said that, yes, that his mother had asked him to lie to the police and told them that she was home that morning when she had not been. He also let them know that after he saw the story about Rhoni's murder on the news and people were talking about it, he felt that his mom was involved.
They were probably like, this lady is crazy.
Yeah.
Like she's doing it again or whatever.
Right? I'm sure. Yeah. Quien sabe.
Yeah.
So Marni was confronted with these things that her children were saying about her. And she said about her son that her son said that, you know,
yeah.
She said, no way. I think his time and recollection, meaning her son's, might have been off.
Oh, okay.
Now, Christy Passion was questioned.
Who's Christy Passion?
Christy Passion, she was Marni's longtime friend. The two met when Christy, who was a self-proclaimed psychic, read Marni's tarot cards at a fair, and then
they became friends.
Literally, and have been friends for 15 years. So during the interview, Christy
didn't have a friend that's a tarot card reader or like you should be a psychic, bitch.
Bitch, ¿de dónde? I'm not a raven.
That's so right. You should though. Think about it.
How do you become a psychic? I don't know.
I don't think you can just become a psychic.
I think you just are.
Yeah. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, según pues, ella.
No sé.
Christy denied knowing that Marni was involved in Rhoni's murder.
But she's a psychic, so she should see the future.
I don't know what type of psychic.
Maybe she just talks to the dead. Or maybe she just reads the cards.
Yeah. So at this point in the investigation, detectives only had circumstantial evidence, but no physical evidence or confession from Marni.
Or anything connecting her at the apartment, right?
Right, yeah. Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. They couldn't even place her in Deerfield at the time of the murder. However, detectives knew Marni was their killer. And as time was passing, they continued to pursue any avenue that they could think of that would place Marni in the area. Mm-hmm. Detectives had combed through hours and hours of security footage from, I believe it was a gas station or a convenience store, to see si pasó el carro de Marni in that direction. So since Marni had stated that she had car trouble on the 3rd and the 4th, they looked into whether she had probably rented a car, since they couldn't find it on the surveillance.
Mm-hmm. And they were looking for the wrong car color.
Right. Mm-hmm. She had rented a car.
Of course she did.
The day before the murder on the 3rd.
Oh.
And returned it the following day on the 4th.
Qué convenient. ¿Ya se le arregló el carro?
A black Volkswagen.
Wow.
Was rented from Enterprise. And on the rental form, which investigators were able to obtain, it had the rental home address of Christy Passion.
Oh.
Marni's good friend.
So and is Christy lying, or did she just put her in there just como que...
I mean, having a form with her address...
That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't really mean anything.
No, but it doesn't. But I'm just saying, so did Christy actually know what was going on? Or did she just put her address nada más porque, to kind of decir que no fue ella,
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, again, like we just said, her renting a black car doesn't mean anything. She said she had a car trouble, of course, right? You need a car. Instead of fixing it and paying $20 for expedited shipping on a book set of fucking how to build a silencer at home. Yep. Now, detectives got to thinking, what can we do to prove that this car was used for other purposes, right? Mm-hmm. So they got to thinking about the odometer. Is that how you say it? Odometer.
Yeah.
Which showed that the car was returned with 40.2 miles on it.
Okay. So that means that that's not very far.
Right. So they figured out that a trip from Enterprise to Christie's to Rhoni's apartment and back to Enterprise added up to...
I don't know. Tell me.
40.2 miles.
Danger. That's crazy.
Es que por eso they're detectives.
Yeah, and that's why we're not.
Yeah. Because I just would have been like, oh, well.
Wasn't her. Let's move on, guys. Let's on to the next one.
Let's pack it up.
Let's pack it up.
Now that the rental car was part of the equation, detectives went back and looked again through the surveillance footage of the area, and sure enough,
there goes a Volkswagen.
The black Volkswagen passes by less than an hour before the murder, and then is seen again zipping by after the murder. Mm-hmm. But wait.
There's more.
Exactly. On the rental car form, on the car rental form, there was a phone number listed that investigators didn't recognize, and it wasn't a number that they had for Marni. So, they clickety-clack, and pulled it up. They found that it was a burner phone.
Okay.
Which Marni had purchased with cash a week before the murder. Now, she had only made a few calls from that burner phone, but one of those calls placed her in the Deerfield area.
Oh, so she left her phone
she used it.
No, but si ya ves que they had said que that
the
casa. Yeah.
She left it at her casa.
Yeah.
Investigators really wanted to nail Marni, and they had to make sure that if they arrested her, she was gonna stay behind bars. Because again, they're figuring all this out, but again, it's all circumstantial.
And then también another thing is that, the person that was seen leaving the apartment was a male. And so they're like, okay, at this point, they're like, we have to make sure that it was her. Was it her? Was she wearing it? Where's the wig at?
Yeah. So they decided to bring in Christy to help them catch Marni.
Okay.
And after being presented with all the evidence that they had against Marni, Christy let them know what she knew. Because de seguro dijo, de aquí esta no va a salir.
No, ya no va a salir. Let me just tell her.
Yeah. So the night before the murder, Marni spent the night at Christie's and asked her to pull out her tarot cards, que le leera las cartas, because she wanted an answer to a question. The question was whether she would be successful in killing Miss Macy's.
Wow.
Porque Marni le ponía nombres a las otras mujeres.
Uh-huh.
And Miss Macy's, she did it as kind of like as a dig to Rhoni, not because, she was working at Macy's. Y a otra le ponía Miss Florida y no sé qué tanto. The Sun card was pulled by Marni. So I don't know what the Sun card means.
I have no idea.
But according to this case, it meant that she was going to succeed in whatever she was planning. So according to Christy, she tried to talk Marni out of it, but because Marni had talked about doing it many times before, era la misma cantaleta.
¿Ya la tenías a la verga?
She said that, she hadn't gone through with it. Christy just thought that it was just another one of those times. Christy said that she told her, hey, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Because if you get caught, that's not going to, it's not going to do anybody any good, and it's going to harm your family.
And your kids.
Yeah.
You have 3 kids. You're a single mom.
You have a little boy.
Yeah, he's 11.
Yeah. Marni told Christy that if she was successful in killing Rhoni, she would call her with the code later that morning. The code was, quote, do you want to go to dinner?
Yes, I do, actually. No, I'm just kidding.
Again, Christy said that she didn't believe her. And when she woke up the next morning, Marni was gone, I'm sorry.
From her house.
From her house, yes. So later that morning, Marni called Christy at work at 9:11 in the morning with a number that she didn't recognize. So also, Christy's place of employment, it was policy for all calls to be recorded. So they were able to listen to this call. When Christy answered the call, Marni just outright asked, do you want to go to dinner?
Wow.
And then you hear Christy, she hesitantly says, okay. And then she stays quiet for like a beat and then says, that's fine. And then Marni asks her, is everything all right? And Christy's like, yeah, I'm fine. Y así queda la call. So either that same day or the next day, because that code was just to let her know that she had succeeded, right? Not actually that they were going to go to dinner. So either that same day of the murder or the following day, Marni went over to Christie's and confessed to killing Rhoni and gave her some of the details, such as wearing a disguise, taking a medical alert bracelet from the apartment before leaving, and that she planned to place a gun in a bucket of cement and bury it.
Okay.
So afterward, Marni suggested that they take a ride. And then they drove around to different dumpsters where Marni disposed of a dark wig and was also going to get rid of a sweatsuit that she wore. But Christy stopped her and told her to donate it instead.
What?
I don't know if it was a night sweatsuit. I don't know.
Maybe it was like a Juicy Couture.
Maybe. So they stopped at a banquet hall where, according to Christy, Marni buried something small. Detectives were able to locate the donation box where the sweatsuit was placed in. And with the help of a metal detector, they were also able to dig up a medical bracelet that said pregnant on it.
Oh.
A friend of Ronnie's later identified it as belonging to her. What is considered a medical bracelet?
So you wear it whenever you have like if you're
high risk.
Yeah, high risk. So if your blood sugar goes down, or if you have like if you're wearing a pacemaker, something inside your heart, and people need to know if you pass out, they need to know this information.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's on your bracelet. Yeah.
Okay, because it looked it looked silver.
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
Okay.
Even James Avery has some.
Really?
Yeah. So
I had never heard of one before.
So a lot of the times it'll say the name of your doctor or your name,
okay.
or I've seen some that have like the information of your pacemaker, that kind of like that.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's cool. I had no idea.
yeah. So she probably had a high risk pregnancy.
Yeah.
That's why.
So by this point, it had been about 17 months since Ronnie's murder. And investigators reached out to Christy again to help get a confession out of Marni because, again, there was no physical evidence. They never found the gun. So they needed to truly get her for Ronnie's murder. So Christy agreed to help them, and she agreed to wear a body wire. And then she did later testify, too, that she was never promised anything in exchange for her help in the case. On March 1st, 2009, both women agreed to meet at the regular place where they would go and eat, Denny's, to talk. The night before, Christy had called Marni, letting her know that the police had questioned her. So I think they're like, okay, we're going to meet, we're going to talk about it because they've been questioning me and I'm just tired of the whole thing. So Marni told Christy that she put the murder weapon, the 9mm Beretta, in a bucket of cement and threw it in a dumpster, and was confident that it was buried under, quote, a year and a half's worth of Chicago garbage, end quote. She also believed that detectives were nowhere near solving the murder. So they first had that first meeting, They went their separate ways, and then the following day, otra vez se volvieron a juntar at the Denny's. And this time, again, Christy was wearing her body wire, and Marni gave her more details on how Ronnie's murder happened. She said, quote, I stood outside on the carpet in the hallway. She opened up the door to the apartment, okay? I was in. I had a wig on. I had dark sunglasses this big on my face. Mm-hmm. And then Christy was just like, wow. And then Marni continued. She said, quote, I had a hoodie on, okay? I had dark makeup on my face. This bitch probably did like blackface or something.
Oh, yeah. That's why they thought it was a black male.
Yeah. Pinche vieja.
Pinche vieja.
So she said, I had dark makeup on my face and I had gloves on, okay? When she opened up the door, that's when I brought up the gun. And when she saw it, she started screaming and I just let her have it. I think I maybe took 2 big steps into the kitchen to make sure she okay, and then I left. And then Christy said, well, okay, you said it was dark. And Marni said, quote, all I saw was everything was in shadows. The kitchen was dark. She opened up the door, and all she saw was a dark-skinned person with sunglasses on, with sunglasses holding a gun like this. And I guess she made a hand gesture. She started screaming. I took the first shot. I remember screaming because at that point I realized we are now at the point of no return. Okay, any thoughts that we had about turning back, we got to finish this now. And I just started emptying the gun.
Damn.
According to Rhoni, when she started shooting, Rhoni, I guess, went backwards into the kitchen and fell against the counter and then fell to the floor. Mm-hmm. She said that Rhoni, and this like broke my heart because she said that Rhoni managed to kick her like in her shin. And I guess just trying to like defend herself in any way that she could. But by that point that it was, the kick was weak. She said, quote, and that was it. I took one last shot in the head, finished her off, and I took off. Oh, I had gloves on, closed the door behind me. Her leg was sticking out into the hallway. I had to kick it inside. Then I slammed the door, took off. That was it. End quote.
With no fucking remorse, bitch?
No, and she was whispering. Así como like if you're like in the middle of class trying to whisper like a secret to your friend, que no los cache la maestra.
No.
That's what she was telling.
You killed a
2
person
people.
And a baby.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do, because this lady probably didn't even know
who this bitch was.
Who she was, or that her mans was doing this shit. Like, she had no idea. Like, I really highly doubt that she knew.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she probably knew that he cheated, but she didn't know, like, oh, this is, like, not like her, because she fucking looked up everybody's fucking background and
she
shit.
had it like an obsessive person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's, okay. Continue with your story, ma'am.
The next day, investigators went to Marni's home, placed one of her garbage cans in front of her garage door to block her in, and arrested her. She pleaded not guilty to multiple first-degree murder charges for Rhoni and her unborn child.
How could she plead not guilty?
Oh, girl.
What a fucking bitch.
Her trial began in March of 2011, and prosecutors argued that Marni's motive was jealousy, and she wanted to eliminate her competition. All evidence that I mentioned earlier was presented in court, as well as the recorded conversations between Marni and Christy. So Marni's defense team countered the argument and stated that Marni didn't kill Rhoni. There was no physical evidence tying her to the case, and all the circumstantial evidence didn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Marni killed Rhoni. As far as Marni's confession, the defense stated that Marni lied, that she knew that she was being recorded because Christy had told her the night before what was going to happen.
Okay.
And as far as that black car that they saw going back and forth, according to the defense, it was the wrong make and model that they saw on the screen as opposed to what she had rented. And again, as I mentioned, the murder weapon, which could have been the only physical evidence tying her to the case, was never found. In the end, Marni was found guilty and was sentenced to 2 life sentences without parole. Her defense team is actually currently working on an appeal, and a judge has agreed to allow a hearing on several pieces of evidence that points to Marni's quote-unquote innocence.
What the fuck?
And that's the case of the murder of Rhoni Reuter.
That's crazy.
All for what?
All for what? This guy, both of them, because now this guy, he's like back at it, fucking left and right, everybody. You know, it's not like that's going to change anything.
I mean, but he didn't do anything.
No,
I mean,
he didn't. That's what I'm saying. For what? Now, if let's say that she was mad because she was cheating.
She thought that if she got eliminated Rhoni, but that's the thing, dude. Like this, and she's saying that I would never do that. I'm also a mother. I wouldn't kill the pregnant woman.
Dude, but I just don't understand why. But for what reason would...
He wasn't going to pick you.
Yeah, but for what reason she was lying? Why would she... If she was lying, she would have been
coerced.
Yeah, okay. Yes, but let's say that it was, pero if she was going to know that they were going to... That she was recorded, then por qué chingados she wouldn't be like, no, I didn't do nothing. Instead of saying, yeah, I did all of this. You know, that's stupid.
But people are stupid.
Well, duh. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand that for one man, all of this could happen.
And they ain't worth it, girl.
And he better be fucking hot as fuck. Like, he better be fucking, like...
Not even.
Super duper hot.
Not even.
Even if he was, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
This poor girl lost her life, 41-year-old young, and her baby that she'd been waiting for
we don't know how long, probably.
Yeah. And then this whole... Now, she's in jail. And Prison. And her 3 kids, ¿qué? ¿Ahora qué?
I guess with their dad.
Well, whatever. They're probably better off with him anyway.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for bringing that story to us, sister. Let us know what you think of this case. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram, you can at
Cafecito and Crime Pod. And if you would like to leave us a review and or rate us, we would really appreciate it.
And thank you so much for all of your support. And we'll talk to you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.